जागो 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 कुंडलिनी माँ करो सब पे कृपा जागो कुंडलिनी माँ करो सब पे कृपा सहस्रार में आके सहस्रार में आके छू ही लेंगे वो हम आसमां जागो कुंडलिनी माँ करो सब पे कृपा जागो कुंडलिनी माँ करो सब पे कृपा मूलाधार में तुम बैठी हो सदियों से तुम सोई हुई मूलाधार में तुम बैठी हो सदियों से तुम सोई हुई इच्छा हुई पाले तुझको इच्छा हुई पाले तुझको हासिल हो तुम जागो कुंडलिनी माँ जागो कुंडलिनी माँ करो सब पे कृपा जागो कुंडलिनी माँ करो सब पे कृपा समा जाओ माँ मज्जा में अभी सभी चक्र तुम निरंजित करो समा जाओ माँ मज्जा में अभी सभी चक्र तुम निरंजित करो गणेशा स्वयं पूजे तुझको गणेशा स्वयं पूजे तुझको शरण में तेरी जागो कुंडलिनी माँ जागो कुंडलिनी माँ प्रकाश भरो, जो बिखरे हैं चित एकत्रित करो, तभी दूर होंगे अंधेरे, तभी दूर होंगे अंधेरे। रोशनी में तेरी जागो कुंडलिनी माँ, जागो कुंडलिनी माँ, करो सब पे कृपा, जागो कुंडलिनी माँ, करो सब पे कृपा। सहस्रार में आके, सहस्रार में आके छू ही लेंगे वो हम आसमां। जागो कुंडलिनी माँ, करो सब पे कृपा, जागो कुंडलिनी माँ, करो सब पे कृपा, करो सब पे कृपा, करो सब पे कृपा।
पल विचारों में विचरती आदि माँ वो आप हैं। अब यहाँ तो अब वहाँ मुझे भासती ही आप हैं।
हर पल विचारों में विचरती आदि माँ वो आप हैं। अब यहाँ तो अब वहाँ मुझे भासती आप हैं।
नजदीकियों में आप हैं। मेरे हृदय में बैठ कर मेरी खुदी का नाप है।
हर पल विचारों में विचरती आदि माँ वो आप हैं। अब यहाँ तो अब वहाँ मुझे भासती आप हैं।
हर पल विचारों में विचरती आदि माँ वो आप हैं। अब यहाँ तो अब वहाँ मुझे भासती ही आप हैं। नन्हा सा कतरा बन नजारा, नन्हा सा कतरा बन नजारा कर रहा हूँ आपका। कतरे की मैं है मिट गई, बस आप ही अब आप हैं।
हर पल विचारों में विचरती आदि माँ वो आप हैं। अब यहाँ तो अब वहाँ मुझे भासती आप हैं।
हर पल विचारों में विचरती आदि माँ वो आप हैं। अब यहाँ तो अब वहाँ मुझे भासती ही आप हैं। रही बुलबुल, ना रहा है वो कफस का शोरगुल। लखते जिगर रोशन हुआ, वो रोशनी ही आप है।
हर पल विचारों में विचरती आदिमा वो आप है। अब यहाँ तो अब वहाँ, मुझे भासती ही आप है।
हर पल विचारों में विचरती आदिमा वो आप है। अब यहाँ तो अब वहाँ, मुझे भासती ही आप है।
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 Shri Mataji, dear respected brothers and sisters from the global Sahaj family, Salam Sejahtera dari Malaysia, warm greetings from Malaysia and from our global team. Let us now, with complete reverence and love, welcome Shri Mataji into our hearts and thank our Holy Mother for this wonderful opportunity to worship her Holy Lotus feet collectively through this global online meditation. Shri Mataji, we, your children, from across the world, humbly seek your permission, blessings, guidance, and protection for today's meditation, Shri Mataji. Verily, you are the doer and the enjoyer, and we, your children, do nothing at all. Our only desire, Shri Mataji, is to please you, to be completely surrendered at your holy lotus feet, become the spirit, and to be your humble instrument in every way possible. Our humble salutations at your holy lotus feet, again and again from all your children. Today, dear brothers and sisters, we are once again blessed and honored to have our renowned musician brother, Brother Sanjay Talwarji, who needs no introduction to this Sahaj world. Sanjay ji hails from Gurgaon, India, and he has led our session on several occasions. And he's always ready to come on board to lead and share his experiences with us. So without wasting any more time, let's welcome our dear brother, Brother Sanjay ji, to take on the session. Brother ji, over to you.
Thank you, sister. Jai Shri Mataji to all. And I humbly bow to her holy feet once again. As you all know that we are her children, born out of her love and out of our pure desire to be one with her powers and her Shakti. Let's raise our Kundalini and give ourselves a bandhan. In today's session, we shall try to imbibe the spoken words of our Divine Mother and try to look within as we hear her speech. And after that speech, we will all sit in silent meditation and we'll do a few affirmations at her holy feet. This will be followed by Arti, and then I will speak to you about my experiences, my understanding of Sahaja Yoga, of my lifetime with Her Holiness. I will share with you a few thoughts we all need to be collectively aware of. And then we can end with whatever my sister Maheshwari ji would like to do after that. So I request her and her team to please play the tape of Shri Mataji, which is so very important in today's time. Let us all just stay in meditation while we are listening to her talk, and we will talk about it after the speech. Thank you.
Yes,
Shri Mataji. Kindly play it for us, please.
this year we won't be having, I think, public programs in UK, because also there are certain circumstances. But whenever there is a circumstance which somehow or other changes our programs, we must immediately know that there is a purpose behind all that change, and we must immediately accept it with an open heart. That divine wants us to change. Supposing I'm going on a road and people say, you are lost your way, mother. It's all right. I'm never lost because I'm with myself. But I had to go by that particular road is the point. I had to do it. And that's why I have supposed to be not on that road, and I have lost my way. If you have that kind of a understanding, and if you have that satisfaction in your heart, then you'll find life is worth much more than what you think it to be. Now, as it is, what was the reason I thought that we have decided to have public programs? This year definitely, we could not have public programs. So the reason is that we have to consolidate. In the growth of a tree which is a living tree, it happens that it moves in a particular direction up to a point till it has to change because there is no sun coming that side. Maybe there is no water levels arriving. So they start changing. In the same way, one has to understand that we are in the hands of the divine. And if some plans are changed, it is reflecting back on us, and we have to see why. And the why of it is that we have to consolidate. consolidation of Sahaja Yogis is very important. The first thing to consolidate yourself, you must do introspection. You must do introspection, is to reflect the light within and see for yourself. What have you done so far in Sahaja Yoga? Where were you? How far you have gone, and how far you have to go? What is the thing that is lacking in you? You will be surprised when you start seeing yourself in a very unbiased manner, not justifying yourself. Do not blaming any bhoots, or need not blame any badhas within you or somebody else. If you start yourself, what has gone wrong with you that you could not consolidate yourself properly, you'll be amazed that there has been problems still lingering on, which must be corrected. Now these problems you can see very clearly. In the light of the Spirit, you can see them very clearly that this has gone wrong with me. One of the most interesting things I have noticed is that Sahaja Yoga is all the time covered with some sort of a maya. And this maya is ignorance, complete ignorance sometimes partially. Now when you get into Sahaja Yoga, you get blessed. You get blessed, maybe your family gets blessed, you children get blessed, you get some sort of a blessing for your physical being, also for financial, you get jobs, you get money, you get something exceptional, which is really miraculous. Now people get very much lost in those achievements and start drifting, thinking that, oh, this is the blessing we have got now, we don't have to do anything anymore. That you have been rewarded sufficiently for whatever you have done so far. That's not so. It's just a sort of a support to you comes so that your faith should be fully established in Sahaja Yoga. And especially you should know me, what I am. But if you go on still drifting, then maybe some of these blessings may turn out to be curses. And you might feel that what a curse it has fallen upon us and how it has gone in the wrong way. For some people it takes time to feel, to get to the feel of the blessings. For example, mostly according to the modern ideas, we think that to get more money is the biggest blessing. So many get that also. But actually it is not. To get your peace within, to get to your witness state, and to feel your vibrations all right, and to be in the center all the time ascending is the real blessing. Because with that you get everything else. The completion is only possible when you have the complete joy bubbling within yourself. After all, everything is just a means to achieve joy, to feel the joy. It is not the end. If it was, those people who have money, those people who have good health, those people who have all the success so-called with them, they should have been happy and peaceful. But they are not. They are suffering. They are suffering too much. And they are, in a way, destroying themselves day by day because they hate their lives. They can't bear it. They cannot understand why they are on this earth. So all these blessings that come to you, all these changes that come to you, all these new venues that open to you, one has to know that it is for your benevolence. Everything for your benevolence, and your benevolence is your ascent. Nothing else but your ascent. The rest of it is all useless and fruitless. Once you understand that this is what you have to achieve in life, that is what you have to enjoy, then it works out. But in Sahaja Yoga, as you see, it's compassion and love. It is not so much restrictions. You are left to yourself to develop yourself. It's your spirit which has to guide you. There's no coaxing or correction going on all the time. But it is left to you to understand yourself, to see for yourself and work it out. But one of the criteria should be that what have I done for Sahaja Yoga? Or what have I done for Mother? These two things are very important to understand. Whatever small thing I could do for Sahaja Yoga is important, because if you are intelligent, you can see that this is the greatest thing you have to do, is to work for God. This is the most important thing so far human beings have indulged into. Is the highest type of enterprise that human beings have ever had a chance to indulge into. And what a chance it is to you. You may say that, Mother, we are mediocres, we are no good, we are useless, but you are chosen. You are the one chosen, so there must be something about you. You might not have seen that part within yourself which is going to work out this great work of God. So you have to locate and find out, why am I selected for Sahaja Yoga? What can I do in Sahaja Yoga? What can I work it out in Sahaja Yoga? This should be a constant reminder to you that I have been chosen for Sahaja Yoga. I want to take full advantage of Sahaja Yoga. Supposing somebody doesn't have money, he expects that Sahaja Yoga should give money. Must give jobs, must give this, must give that, must have children, must give good health, all that. Expectations are all right. But what have I done for Sahaja Yoga? This is another point of introspection. Very important to see that we have to do something for Sahaja Yoga. It's not money, it's not work, it's not thinking, it's not any kind of a support. But one of them, the most important thing is how many people you have given realization to. You have to count how many people you have been able to give realization to. How many people you have talked about Sahaja Yoga. You may think that you give realization to some people, they come, they disappear. Doesn't matter. They will ultimately come to you. Today, you try on some, they'll be lost. Again tomorrow. You have to relentlessly work for it. As you know, I've worked very hard in UK. My coming to UK itself was all predetermined. There was a need for me to come here to make the heart work better. But heart is lethargic, you know that. And lethargic heart gets all kinds of problems. But all these years I've been working. Every year, whatever time I could give for Sahajogis, for their problems, for Sahaja Yoga, for their minutest problem, for any kind of help they needed. Every sort I have tried to work it out. Directly, indirectly, you are all blessed. Still, what about you people who are now yogis? You are saints. You must see a photograph that I have, very interesting photograph, where you are all certified saints. Have you seen that photograph? Not yet? You better see it. Let's have it. The photograph is in my box, I think, yes. You are all certified saints by the divine, not by any cardinal or by any pope. So, what are all these saints doing? One saint which is certified by pope, who is artificially certified, is such a big thing, you know. What about you who have been certified by God Almighty? You are still busy with your work, you are still busy with your little things, you are still busy with your small lives and small families. For a saint, is said in Sanskrit, Udara Charitanam Vasudhaiva Kutumba. For a person who is of a generous nature, means a person who is a saint, the whole world is his own family. Are you still only worried about your own family? Then you are not yet aware of your saintliness. And a saint doesn't only worry about his own wife, about his own child, about his own house. He worries about the whole world. Now, as Sahaja Yogis, you are a powerful entities. You are very powerful people. We have got problems in the whole world, you know that very well. It's not necessary you have to be great intellectuals or you have to be people who are some sort of politicians or something. But you must be on the lookout for the problems which are troubling this world. You have to be. You cannot live in your own world that you are a saint now, I am in Niranand. That's not possible. You can't just be in Niranand. You have to know that you have to live in this world. And you have to know all the problems of this world. And you have to think about them, not only your problems, that mother, how will I be able to do this and how will I be able to do that? But you have to worry about the whole world. You have to think what's happening in the world. What are the problems of the world? You are responsible for that. Not only that, but you have to pray. In your prayers you have to say, Mother, solve this problem. Collectively, individually, you have to take your attention from yourself, from your smaller life, to a much wider thing. Then you are a saint. And you have to think that it is your duty to ask for divine help. That all these problems should be solved. This is your job for which you are selected. Your asking is going to work out because, as you know, I am desireless. You have to desire for it. Whatever you desire will work out. The protection, the affection, the compassion of Mother is with you. But you have to look after this world and show the concern that you have. Not to live with a very limited areas and with a very limited ways. Like now the British think, British are here, alright, UK problems are our problems. No. Your problems extend to all the places wherever there is Sahaja Yoga. And you have to worry about all of them. Now we are having, say, problems in Australia. And there's somebody who is very troublesome. So you have to see to it that, thank you, you have to see to it that you beat that person with shoes and put that right. Your leader has to tell you whom to beat with the shoes. And work it out. Whether it is in Australia, whether it is in America, whether it is in India, anywhere, you see that there's a problem on Sahaja Yoga, there's an assault on Sahaja Yoga. All of you should put your attention to it and work it out. Then there are general problems, as you see. See, we see that America is now becoming idiotic, or whatever you may say. So you have to put your attention to America. You have to stretch your attention outside, not inside. Just worried about yourself, about your family, about your house, about your children. As soon as you spread your attention outside, your problems are solved in the house. In the smaller circle, they are solved. You have to pay attention outside. Now these days there are televisions, where first we had said don't see any televisions, because there was no use saying television by Sahaja Yogis. When they saw the television, they only got caught up. But now, there are important things that are happening which you can see for yourself. You can scan it out, what are the world problems, and you can see for yourself where you have to put your attention. You should become aware of your personality. It's not a personality that can be completely involved into a very small area. Your personality such should get involved into all the problems of the universe, all the problems there are, and you'll be amazed that everything can work out in a very collective way. And at this stage, when you can see for yourself now, all the Sahaja Yogis have got vibrations on top of their heads. Would like to have a look, all of you? Just see, all of you, sitting in Ganpati. So stretch out your vibrations, stretch out your attentions, and you'll be amazed that all other stupid problems that you have will be finished. Now have a look. Let the children see first of all. Just see. You all have vibrations on top of your head. Let them grow, I tell you. I'm just waiting for them to grow. So the attitude towards ourselves should be to be aware of our own glory, of our own position, to know that we are saints, that we have reached a stage where we are at the highest. And that now we have become the light and we have to give light to others. If you see in the Bible, Christ has said something which is very important, that you don't put the light under the table. That's what it is. You have to put the light on a pedestal. And that's what it is, that you have to put your light on the citadel, at a very highest point, to give light to others. And this is working both ways. If you start understanding what you are, what you have to be aware of, what is your situation, what is your powers, what you have achieved in Sahaja Yoga, what is the debt you have towards Sahaja Yoga, and what you have to give for Sahaja Yoga. How Sahaja Yoga has made you so capable, so good, so nice. Are you righteous enough? Are you behaving properly? Are you doing all the rightful things which are necessary? Because it is only you who can do it. You are the people with a very, very special energies and special contacts with the spiritual life. And if you start behaving like all other mundane, nonsensical people, limiting yourself to a family, your children, your nonsensical previous lives, you'll be lost. Lost to yourself and lost to everyone. The problems are much more than what you know about. That is the understanding you have to reach, that Mother has made us yogis. We are saints. And we have to show to the world the right path. She has told us that we are the light. And we have to show to people which way to go, how to go further. Instead of that, everybody seems to be a problem, seems to be in a very small little whirlpool going round and round and round. How can that be? I have told you many times, look at these false gurus. They have no vibrations, they don't know anything about Kundalini, nothing about Sahaja Yoga. But how much they are doing? While what are we doing? We are struggling still with ourselves and with our problems, with our own ideas, with our very small-mindedness and chicken-heartedness. Now it is for you to understand. It is for you to decide about yourself. It is your own desire, it is your own bigness, your own magnanimity which has to come forward. To see for yourself what you are capable of, what you can do. It's very easy for people to say that, oh mother, it's too much, I can't do anything about it. Or somebody to say that, mother, I'm busy with my family. Or somebody to say, I'm busy with my children. You have come to Sahaja Yoga for that. I have given you realization for that. All these blessings have come to you for that. So the consolidation that you have to do is very important. You can see it clearly. That's why we could not have any public programs, because we really need consolidation in UK. Though I have lived in UK for so many years, people take me for granted here. Because I am here, because I am staying here, they think if we go to the airport, finished. We have done all the Hajj, everything. We've been to the airport, we've seen mother, finished. What's the use of seeing me? What have I given you? Is your light spreading? How many people have got realization from you? Just find out how many people have learned Sahaja Yoga from you, or from your lives, or from your wisdom, or from your behavior. That is the way. That is the criteria. It's not that, all right, I have sent mother her money for her travel. That's not sufficient. At my age, from India, if you see any lady at my age, she walks with a stick. She can't climb even one step. Indian women can't, because of the heat that they have to. But I'm traveling, you know how much I'm traveling, how much I'm doing. What about my family? I deprive them of my company. I deprive my husband of my company. Everybody is just without me. I'm traveling every day. You know that very well. And I'm working so very hard. Sometimes I sleep at 2 o'clock, sometimes at 3 o'clock. This time Harsh was with me. And I saw him, he was fagged out. So I was saying, you people do only relay race. I am in Australia, all right. Australians are working. I am in Austria, then Austrians are working. Then they are having a nice time there. I am in UK, all right. Little bit in UK, little work done. Then they all sit down nicely, enjoy. What about me? I am having a marathon. In the same way you have to feel. After all, what is my gain in it? What do I gain out of it? I gain something. I have brought my children back to normal conditions. I have taken them to the kingdom of God. You have to do the same. You have to take them to the kingdom of God. But if you yourself are involved into your own mires, you'll be every day going down and down and down and down. I may shout, I may say anything, it will not go into your heads. It will never click with you. You'll be all stranded wherever you are because you don't want to say. For that, I would say, you have one advantage, especially in UK. You are all very intelligent people. You have intelligence, no doubt. You are not idiots like Americans. You are intelligent. This intelligence became cunningness once upon a time. And now you are tired of your cunning. Indians have learned the cunning from you. They have become really very cunning. But you are tired of your cunningness, so now you are tired, fed up, fagged out, and lethargic. But with your intelligence you can understand that this is such an important work our mother is doing. You'll go down in the history. Every word you say, everything you say, every way you behave, everything is going to go down in the history. Not how many children you produced or what sort of a wife you have, but what you did for such. Remember that. History is going to record everything, whatever you have done, and whatever you have achieved in such. It's not showing off. It's not just demonstration. It's not talking big. It's nothing of the kind. It's actually, really, totally, what you have achieved is the point, will be recorded. At least God knows hypocrisy and God knows bombastic temperaments. It's God who knows where you are and what you are up to. You cannot befool God. One thing you must realize. But when you are befooling God, you are befooling yourself, your spirit, your realization, your own ascent. So we have to be careful. As a mother, I would say, try to be introspecting yourself very carefully. What have we done for Sahaja Yoga? What have we done for other people who are drifting? What have been our behavior towards other Sahaja Yogis? How much peace and love and compassion we have given to others? How much understanding and tolerance we have shown to others? If somebody gets here a little more money, he becomes so bombastic, he becomes so aggressive, he becomes so rude. I can't believe it. How can money lure you into these vices? You are not ordinary people. You are the saints whose feet were washed by the river Ganges. Try to understand your glory. Try to understand your own powers, your own position as saintly people, Sahaja Yogis, which are above all the saints because you know how to give realization. You know everything about Kundalini. You know everything about realization. How many people knew about it? Otherwise, I'll start thinking I have given all this knowledge to some bunch of fools who do not know what is the value. As Christ has said, don't throw pearls before the swines. I don't think I have done that mistake. I cannot believe I have done that mistake that I have thrown pearls before swines. I have not done it. But it is for you to decide where you stand in what category. It is so obvious that it's a very precarious time we are passing through. It's very important we have to fight it out. It's much more than any wars you have fought. It's much more than any struggle human beings ever had. It's such a horrible world that is being created and we have to transform it. It's a tremendous task. For that, you have to work out in a very sincere and an innate manner. And I'm sure one day will come that in the history of this world, Sahaja Yogis will have their names written with golden letters. I'm sure this will work out. I'm sure this has to work out. And that you all have to achieve it. Collectively, with one mind, with one heart, what should I sacrifice? What should I do? How should I help? What is my contribution? I wish I could see those days in my lifetime. So today is the day when we have to introspect. So should we go into meditation, all of us? Please close your eyes.
Let's close our eyes, put our attention on our sahasrara, and on the words of Shri Mataji just spoken in this lecture. Let's meditate, Mother, and pray that we imbibe all that she wants us to do as her children. In a few minutes, we'll have some silent meditation. Mother, today is the day that I affirm that you are the ocean of love, the source of joy, the source of pure desire within me, the awakening of my spirit within me, that all that I have achieved and I have gained through my meditation, all these years in Sahaja Yoga, that may they all manifest. Today is the day that we all have to be together as one collective consciousness, dedicated to transform and save the world from disaster. May the love, the compassion, and the beauty that you have imbued in us be shared with our brothers and sisters with the sweetness of the heart and the greatness of the spirit. That we all come together and pray at your lotus feet, Shri Mataji, to please finish all the negative beings, the wars, the diseases, and the hatred that stems from our ignorance. May the light of our awakening and our love that you have given us bring us together as one power, so that our collective power of Kalki manifests. And let's put our attention to the wars that are happening in today's times between Russia and Ukraine, between Israel and Iran, and all other factors that are stemming and fanning the fire of hatred in these wars be put to an end immediately. Shri Mataji, forthwith we pray to you with all our hearts to please stop this disaster and bring peace in the hearts of all those ruling these countries. Give them strength and wisdom. And we pray at your lotus feet, Shri Mataji, to intervene and bring everlasting peace in this world. you have given us more than we could ask for. Bliss and peace and happiness. And may this spread through our collective being. And may this only way be the way that we can love each other more, trust each other more, appreciate each other more, and lift each other to come together as one power of Kalki. And we pray that Shri Mataji, please awaken the power of Kalki within us. Let's meditate on this thought for 2 minutes. And after that, we can have the Arti. Let's have the Arti, please. Thank you. Let us all bow down to Shri Mataji and raise our Kundalini and give ourselves bandhan. Jai Shri Mataji.
Shri Mataji, brother, you can share your experience that you wanted to share with us.
This is the silence of meditation, the stillness which makes us so powerful as human beings. It is the humility, it is the innocence, and it is our dedication with which we present whatever we have to at the lotus feet of Shri Mataji. In the times in which she lived, I was fortunate to be very close to her. And I could say that Shri Mataji, when she mentioned in her talk that she has given us everything. She has empowered us with all the Shaktis. She has given us Lord Ganesha, who heads all the Ganas. And she has given us all the deities who are awakened as we meditate. And they give their share of their love and their involvement in our lives that makes us beautiful personalities. And then she put up at this point that are we there to really understand that we have it? Or are we too busy with our mundane lives? That we are not using this grand opportunity of Sahaj meditation to raise the bar of our own personality, to look within and see what she has made us. So in those times when I had the opportune moment of her presence in the early 1980s, 81, I met her for the first time. And as you can see that we all were struggling. We all are struggling with our lives at every point of time. And then when the Adi Shakti just walks into your life, and then she tells you, will you do Sahaja Yoga? And I said, and I just looked at her and I could find the whole ocean of love pouring into my heart that very moment. I did not know that she was the Adi Shakti. I had no idea who she was. But her presence itself brought that aura of absolute love that I could feel in my heart. And I don't know, I may be a simple person or may have been not having too much complicated thinking at that time, that I immediately took to her. And then she just held my hand and she took me everywhere she went. And it started from 1984, my first day of realization at her lotus feet. And thereafter, the first result of my struggle is that in 1984, I am at her home in Brampton Square in London. I was on a way to a business deal to Canada. I was working in a company, and after I got my realization in her home, she gave it herself to me. She blessed me and she says, "Where are you going now?" I said, "Shri Mataji, I'm going to Toronto." "So what are you going to do there?" I said, "Shri Mataji, I'm going to go and get some work there. I have an export company. We have just started, my brother and I." And she said, "The blessings of your realization will be soon visible to you. And I wish you all the success." And that is exactly what happened. My struggling being was rewarded with a huge changed our life. And I could not forget that point of great pleasure when we got the order and we work started to flourishing straight after. And before that, such a huge struggle there was. And I could see that that was her blessing. But that was, she gave me the eyes to see that whatever happens with us is now going to be her blessing. And after that, there was nothing stopping, because whatever happened in the following years of my life, my attention kept going to her and she kept her attention on me. Many times I would receive a phone call that she wanted me to come and be with her, or she would come to India. She would come into Delhi and stay in our house. I had the pleasure of having her over to sleep in our house. And at one point of time, I remember when she came and stayed in our house, she got up early in the morning and she woke me up. I was sleeping. And then she took me out to the terrace. We had a huge terrace in our house where it was open to the sky. It was, I think, around 4:30 or 5 in the morning. It was summertime. And the dawn had just sort of started, and there were the clouds were forming. And she asked me to look up to the clouds, and she said, "Can you see my face there?" And I kept looking and looking and looking, and I could see nothing. I said, "No, mother, I can't see anything there." Then she just laughed. She says, "Okay, you bring your camera and take a few photographs." So I ran in, brought my camera, I took some photographs. Then I kept looking. I was wanting to create an image of Shri Mataji in the sky, but frankly, I could not see it. And then I told her, "Mother, I failed to see what you wanted to show me." And she says, "Don't worry. When the photograph is developed, then you come to me." And then after a few days, of course, Shri Mataji was there only for one night because she had to go for a public program the next day. And my father offered her to stay overnight at our place. And she was gracious to give us her time. But those were those great moments that at that time we didn't realize that was the Adi Shakti. And of course, let me tell you that when I developed that photograph and showed to her, I could see Shri Mataji there in that photograph on the sky. And I asked her, "Shri Mataji, how come I can see it now?" She said that, when your Agya is open, you can see it. And obviously, my Agya wasn't open at that time. But what a miracle. It could have been a better, beautiful experience for me. And so these little instances made my heart grow fonder and fonder. And I would quell everything that had came my way in terms of a day life, or with my wife, with my children, my parents. There was so much going on, so much distraction in my life, but my attention was always that when will I be next with Shri Mataji? And then one day a phone call came, and then she asked me to come to Pune. And when I went to Pune and I was sitting at her feet, it was the world for me. And I used to wonder what kind of attraction this is. And then Shri Mataji said, I have a job for you. And she just held my hand and she says, I want you to write poetry. I want you to compose music. I want you to sing bhajan songs. And then I will want you to be with me when I go to give realization all over the world. I mean, I was wonderstruck. I said, Mother, I don't even know how to sing. I can't write a phrase. I don't know ABC of music. She says, that's the beauty. You can watch the transformation, how it happens. And then in the coming years, maybe it was sometime in 1985 when I met her in Calcutta. And she was posing some photographs, and some photographs, the moon came at her feet in the photograph, the sun came in her heart. And there was another moon at the back. And those photographs were taken by my family members. And of course, when I saw those photographs, I wasn't surprised. It was something like I knew who she was. And then I heard her say sometimes that if you can recognize me, you have got everything. Your powers, your Sahaja Yoga achievement, everything, it comes with just recognizing me. And this, we were fortunate, and I would say that so many of Sahaja Yogis who lived in those times and who were in touch with Shri Mataji was constantly working with them. That aura at that time was amazing. And I've got made this effort even today that I try to record them, I take their interviews, and I try to post them on my YouTube channel so that people can see the difference of what it was with those who were with Shri Mataji and what were their experiences and how they felt, because that gives a lot of hope to those who never met her, who never seen her, who never been with her. And gives me a great pleasure to share, because she said that these are the times that what you're experiencing with me, you must write about it, you must talk about it, and you must tell people what I have made you. Don't be shy of telling people what has become of you, and give this to the world. And that's where my quest kept on increasing. And I was keep hoping that, oh, mother would call me, and I would go one day and be with her. And this, it started happening very frequently. 1987, I wrote a poetry and I went to Shri Mataji to relay the poetry to her. And then she, just when she was, I was sitting next to her and she was eating her food and she was putting her hands in a finger bowl to wash them. She moved the bowl towards me and she says, "Now, before you even recite the poetry that you have written, you must drink this bowl." And when I drank that bowl, I felt so soothing and I felt I was floating in the Brahman, in the whole universe. And I could not even hear anything. I was just, so what that water was just elixir. It was just so heavenly that it gone into my throat, and it made it so soft and silky in my voice, I could not believe. And when I started to sing, of course, what came out surprised me. And even the music composition I had not done at that time, but because she was there and she says, "Now you sing your own composed song. Come on, come on." And I said, "Shri Mataji, I don't know. And she says, "You just try." And the minute I surrendered at her feet, of course, it just flowed. And then she says, "Did you know what tune you have just sung? It is Rag Darbari, which is the raga of the Sahasrara." And by her grace, I was able to record that song in my movie Grah Lakshmi The Awakening. So there was another incident where I was with her in Jaipur and she was driving. We were driving together because I was driving her. And the circumstances just led to that experience that Shri Mataji landed up on the seat next to me in a bucket seat on a small Fiat car. And she wanted to go and buy some Jarokas and some windows and some floorings for making Pratishthan in Pune. It was in 1986, December. And we had a almost 3,000 kilometer journey in the car. Myself, Shri Mataji, my wife, Manish Singh, and Mrs. Pardal, who was the leader of Jaipur. So this journey started from Jaipur, but throughout that journey, what Shri Mataji was doing was putting her right hand on all my chakras. And while I was driving, she was working on every chakra. And by the time she came to my Vishuddhi, she asked me, I want you to sing. And that is the time, first time I started to sing whatever songs I knew, because I did not know any bhajans at that time. And whatever came out was Shri Mataji creating it through me. And I can promise you in that journey, what I had with her in the car it was for 3 days and 3 nights. I can't tell you the whole thing. It'll be a long, long narration. But in my narratives that I am already coming out with my episode series, you can hear them much more in detail. But here I'm just referring to the point that by the time she had opened my Vishuddhi completely, and I composed 18 songs, in fact, in that journey and that 2 nights that we were together in the trip to Rajasthan. And the miracle was that these songs she made me record and bring them to Ganpati Pule in 1986-87. And Ganpati Pule is where I first performed, and she asked me to perform all the songs that I had created in that journey. And you see all those videos are there. And by her grace, it's by this foreign Sahaja Yogis were recording everything. So it's all documented. And I'm so glad after 40, 42, 43 years now, I can go back and listen to them, what I had sung. And of course, as you know, as time went by, and I sort of matured in my meditation, and I was traveling with her all over the world. I was listening to what she was saying in her public program speeches. I was imbibing, and then I was writing. And then she said, okay, what have you written? So we used to have a lot of sessions together, sitting with her at her feet. And she would correct my poetry, and then she'd give it back to me. And she said, now you sing it at this public program. And that way, Nirmal Sangeet Sarita, she gave to me to accompany me to go abroad in 1988. It was my first trip abroad with Nirmal Sangeet Sarita. And then we traveled together to Kabela for almost 14 years. In every Guru Puja, Shri Mataji invited me. And the creativity kept on increasing and increasing. And by the time I realized it was 2003, I had done almost 20 albums. And my 21st album was Jai Jagdambe Ma. And the biggest miracle happened was that when Shri Mataji, I went to present that Jai Jagdambe Ma cassette at her lotus feet. It was a CD. She just looked at the sealed cover and she said, now this is the most amazing music you have made. And I want you to release it to the whole world. So I said, what can I do? She said, go to Times of India building, meet those people and give them and tell them I have sent you. And that my mother wants this to be released through your company all over the world. So I just said, Shri Mataji, as you say. And the next day I went to Times of India, met the person concerned. I was so lucky. He just came in quickly, the main man in charge of clearing the music for the music. And they had just started this music series called Times Music. And it was in 2003, I remember, it was the month of March, much before her birthday. They took the music, they came and they signed a 10-year contract. And they said that this will be released all over the world. So this is how Shri Mataji would say something and I would just follow it verbatim what she said, and it worked out. And then in that same year, she told me that now you've sung many bhajans, you've made more than 150 bhajans. I want you to now go deeper into this audio-visual medium, which is very important because whatever this technology is doing today, it will show up for the next so many years that people will understand more about Sahaja Yoga through this. And she kept hinting that you should do some video recordings. So then I video recorded Jai Jagdambe Ma in the form of Ma Ka Ashirwad. That was the name of the VCD that I created, and I put her at her lotus feet at the Pune Puja that we had in Pune for her birthday in 2003. And then when I brought that to her, she said, you know what I meant? Not to make a video, but I wanted you to make a film. And I want this cinema. It is cinema that is going to reach to the people and give them self-realization and talk about me, talk about Sahaja Yoga, and be very pure in your heart, and whatever flows out will be with my blessings. And don't worry, there will be such yogis who will support you. And that is exactly what happened. After 15 years, 2017, I started to prepare for the movie. 2018, the movie was shot. 2019, Graha Lakshmi, The Awakening, was released, and it was brought to the cinema halls. And the cinema halls went houseful. We were showing this movie free of cost to everybody, and people were just enjoying it. And I think over 100,000 households got self-realization from that movie between 2019 and 2020 when the pandemic hit us. And then we got so excited at that point of time that I decided I'll make another movie. And then we started working on Mahalakshmi Path, The Evolution. And 2021, we started to motivate and bring a team together of creativity. So the creativity flourished through this Indian cinema industry. And I was very lucky. Shri Mataji said, everything will fall in place. Just trust and just surrender. So all I had to do was pray at her lotus feet, surrender to her, and then all the people, right people met me, the right way it was all conducted. And then finally in 2021, we were able to shoot the movie. And it was a huge, massive budget, but Sahaja Yogis came forward and again supported me. I'm so ever grateful to those who did, because that was what Shri Mataji had predicted. And then finally, when this movie was made and released in 2023, because it took me a year to process it, I was a novice in filmmaking, but Shri Mataji made me a master of it. And I can only say one thing: if you surrender to Shri Mataji and you have used all your powers that she has given to you, which she said in her speech very clearly, I felt I was almost fulfilling her vision. And the fulfillment came only when a year and a half after the movie was released in 2023, October, I saw more than 114 international film festival awards coming to us. Even from the time I'm speaking a few days back, we have received 5 nominations at the Toronto International Nollywood Film Festival. And it just keeps flowing. The blessings just don't end here. And it is an indicator that Shri Mataji is with us. She's supporting, and this award comes from that fraternity which doesn't know Sahaja Yoga. So they're having to see the film and recognize its content and give recognition to Shri Mataji by giving an award was such a brilliant achievement, I think, to the whole idea of cinema that Shri Mataji predicted at that time. She says, this cinema will stay forever. And then we are now working on another web series on the life of Shri Mataji, the beginnings of Sahaja Yoga, and the transformation and the miracles that have happened in the lives of the people. We are trying to see if we can put these things together over the next couple of years so that it comes on the OTT platform in some big streaming channel, so that forever this knowledge will stay embedded in the world of the electronic media through audiovisual for spreading Sahaja Yoga. So this is an opportunity Shri Mataji has helped me to create through my Swadhisthana chakra, the opening of my heart, the opening of my Vishuddhi, and all my chakras that Shri Mataji worked on. Today they are bringing the fruit before you, and more of you who join me in this noble work, and that we make it work together. I think the Mother, wherever she is, she'll be so happy that we are using all our powers, we are using all the Shaktis, we are using and assuming that we have got it all within us, that we can collectively, if we become one. So there are forces that are trying to, of course, break this idea from the very beginning, but it doesn't break so easily, because this force of love is so cohesive, so beautiful, that whosoever joins it just flows with it, like, the elixir that I always felt flowing at her feet when she made me drink that water. I can never forget those experiences. And of course, there were so many miracles, like she introduced me to my own Vishnu Maya power, right? Vishnu Maya is that electricity on the skies, that is the announcement. And then she said that when you get this feeling of the Vishnu Maya power within you has become active, you will suddenly sprout in your creative work. And that's how all this happened. One day, I was able to see the Vishnu Maya power like a ball of fire coming from one side of the wall, going nearer to the roof on top and then going out of the other wall. And Shri Mataji was sitting right in front of me. There were a few people meditating in front of her. Nobody could see. But when the ball of fire came, made a lot of noise and left some stars behind it, like a trail, as you see, like a comet leaves a trail in the sky. I saw it in the room, and Shri Mataji and I both saw it. She opened her eyes, and she and I both saw it. And then, when I was so shocked to see what I had seen, I couldn't contain myself. I went up to her after some time when the meditation was over, and I asked her, Shri Mataji, what was it? And Shri Mataji said, it is Vishnu Maya, your Vishnu Maya. And now it's cleared out. So now the path is wide open for you to do your creative work. So these are few private incidences in my life that I received from her in those years. And that is the point of what I would say my growth is becoming deeper and deeper as I delve into these new subjects of creative filmmaking. First, it was music, then there were so many songs that came and that you're hearing today. Songs like Jago Kundalini Ma, like Sitting in the Heart of the Universe. And there are so many songs that even Shri Mataji wrote in those times when I was writing down. And she asked me, she was dictating to me some poems, and then I composed them and then I released them. And there are so many of those songs which Shri Mataji herself has written. And there are great vibrations in those songs. And now it is my bounden duty as her child, whom she has chosen for this work, that I would like to come out with those songs which she has written in my Hindi web series that you will see in the coming years. By her grace, we are working on it. And those who want to join me, of course, most welcome, can always get in touch. You all have my numbers. You all know where I belong to. It's my Immaculate Ideal Human Foundation, that NGO that I have formed for this noble work. It is totally non-profit. There is no money earned in this. I have put in my life savings into it. But yes, there are forces that don't believe me, that don't agree with me. But then these forces always existed even in the times of Shri Mataji. And Shri Mataji would always tell me one thing: you just listen to your heart and you listen to what I have told. And period. This relationship is only between you and me. And there is nobody in between. Nobody. This she said in her speech also. If you were to remember what she has said in today's talks. Because I remember at one time when my music had become very popular, I think it was in 1992 or 93, and people were all demanding to have my music. And it becomes so important that, you suddenly feel you got ego, you feel, oh, it's my music, I have done. But then Shri Mataji taught me a lesson one day. I was sitting at her feet at Kabela in her room, and somebody had said something about me or against me to Shri Mataji. And Shri Mataji had called me and she said, I have heard that you are doing all this and you're doing all that, and somebody is saying that this is wrong. This should not be done in Sahaja Yoga. And I just put my head down and I had tears in my eyes. I was holding my ears like that, Shri Mataji. She just looked up and she said, why are you crying? And why are you asking for this, for begging for forgiveness? I said, Shri Mataji, maybe I have done something wrong which I did not realize. But she said, but you haven't done anything wrong. You have, with my permission, everything is happening with my permission. And why these people are attacking you? She said, and then she said, I want you to do one thing. If you want these people to get corrected, you please forgive them. And I said, Ji Shri Mataji. She said, no, you're just nodding. You have to forgive them. And then she says, okay, now look out. And then the window was open outside her room where she was sitting in Kabela. And then she showed me the clock tower and it started ringing. And then she said, just steadfastly look outside. When I looked outside, there was lush green mountains. There was this wind blowing. There was this beautiful sun had just set, and there was a beautiful scenery. And she says, can you see how beautiful this world is outside? Just have a look and just imbibe all the beauty within you. And now, come back to the point. Have you forgiven? And it was so easy. I mean, it was like I was just absorbing everything from nature in my heart. And through that, my eyes, and I just said, Shri Mataji, yes, I can feel the forgiveness. She says, but how do you feel it? I said, I can feel my heart expanding, my heart opening. She says, yes, it is all about love. It is about compassion. And she said, remember one thing, that you have to be like me. And that is the only way that will help you get over all the miseries that befall on you. And that is, if you are like a mother, then you are tolerant, then you have love, you have compassion, you have everything that a mother has towards a child. So if any child is misbehaving, the mother keeps forgiving the child and keeps giving him a chance. And she says, if you can do that for me, then I, as the Adi Shakti, can correct that other person. But she says, if you don't forgive, there's nothing I can do, and you have to go through this misery. Now, this was a lesson of my life which I heard, and directly from her, the Adi Shakti. I'm happy I'm sharing these experiences with you. I hope they help you in some way or the other, that you have a direct relationship with Shri Mataji. If Shri Mataji has given you a task to do, you have to do it no matter what. She had given me a task. I am doing it with all my powers and all my dedication and all my all the love that I have in my heart. And I can only say to you one thing: you may have not met her, but in the Nirakara, she is much closer to you as she was in her Sakar form. As in her real form, she was surrounded with a lot of Maya. And this Maya was blinding, really. And it was so much that we could not even understand what are the protocols that we had before Shri Mataji that we need to do. But we learned it in our lifetime. And by the time I realized who she really was, my distance with her became so deep. I mean, it's so big, I would never go in front of her. I would not dare go in front of her because of the great Adi Shakti that she was. I don't know how I was there all that while, but that was the time that she brought me close within the circle of her Maya, and she taught me how to become a Sahaja Yogi and how to meditate and how to go deep into my meditation. And by the time I went deeper and deeper and deeper, I realized she was with me in my heart. I didn't have to be very close to her. And wherever I was, I could feel her. And today I do feel the same. She has not left us. She's there watching us. She's there looking upon us. And she's there to help us. All we have to do is ask for her help. Pray to her. Like we have prayed today for this whole collective, that put an end to the wars. Maybe you can hear it tomorrow. There will be no war. At least the present war will end, because this is all your collective power. And she says, you have no idea how your collective power can work things out in this world. So let's not create groups. Let's not hate each other. Let's not tell each other off, because we are only here to appreciate. And that is another thing I learned from Shri Mataji. She said, if you can learn to appreciate others, if they are doing a good work, you should congratulate them. You should help them. You should tell them, how good work you're doing, and you should encourage them. But no, you should not. You should not criticize. You should not show them their wrong sides. That is the need, she said. That happens only when you introspect, when you start looking within yourself, and you can see what has gone wrong within me and how am I going to correct it. If your attention is going inside to yourself, you will stop criticizing people, you will stop blaming people, but you will treat them like children and you will help them to rise. And that is what Shri Mataji wants us to do, is to love each other, because she said we are like cells in her body. So if we are going to love each other, if we are going to be part and parcel of the whole for her work, what we are doing, and if anybody makes a mistake, you tell him how this mistake can be corrected and how he can move forward to make it better. So that is a way to go. And I've seen this when I was making my movies. I could see so much mistakes happening, so much wrong happening, but I was praying to Mother and I said, Mother, allow me to be a mother to them. And whenever I tried to do that, the problem was getting solved. And everything fell in place so easily that even having zero knowledge of filmmaking, today I stand with my second film, having taken 114 awards. And now I am heading for a new film. And I'm hoping that in my lifetime, because this is my 70th year, I came to Sahaja Yoga when I was just 29. And I feel these 41 years have been blissful, have been wonderful. And I'm enjoying very much telling you that you all are entitled to this bliss. So enjoy your life fully. Just have love in your heart and say good things to each other, appreciate each other. And let's all move together at one force. That's all I have to say for today in my experience share. Thank you very much, dear Maheshwari sister, for having given me this grand opportunity to talk to this august, realized, awakened audience, mothers, children. Jai Shri Mataji.
Thank you so much, brother. It's full of tears of joy, having you to share with all of us, our brothers and sisters. It's so joy-giving, so soothing, so blissful. We really thank you for coming on board. And I know it is Shri Mataji who has selected you for this week during the month of the Adi Shakti Puja. We thank you. And above all, we thank Shri Mataji for bringing you to share this beautiful gift of Sahaja Yoga, sharing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, brother, once again, and brother Bagus and brother Bhaskar also for being in part of the team today. We like to continue to be in meditation to absorb the divine message of Shri Mataji and your sharing. We just like to be in meditation forever, a little longer with instrumental music. Let's be in meditation for a while. Jai Shri Mataji. Jai Shri Mataji, everyone. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to your continued support. Same time next week. Jai Shri Mataji.